All right, welcome to the Astronomy Club meeting. I should mention Katie Garmany is here today to talk to us about the star party out in Cells on Friday. So she'll give a brief presentation as soon as this presentation is over. We have several upcoming star parties. That is way more emphatic in white than it was on my computer. Sorry, guys. So there's a star party at Keeling Elementary this Wednesday. I mentioned this last week, and then I didn't pass around a sign-up sheet because we weren't sure that we were going to be doing this. We've worked this out with Flandreau. We will be doing this star party, and they'll, since it was originally booked with Flandreau, Flandreau does charge for those, and so we'll be getting a portion of that payment. So it would be really awesome to have a lot of people there since we're actually getting paid for this. So I will pass out a sign-up sheet today. Please let me know if you can come, and let me know how definite you are about whether or not you can be there. I know this is short notice, and I do apologize. It was frankly really hard to get an answer out of Flandreau. So it would be great to have 3 or 4 people for that. We'll of course have the 2 large telescopes and probably the small refractor as well. So please let me know if you can attend that one. The Cells Star Party is this Friday. I've mentioned this several times. We'll be leaving at about 4:30 or 5, I assume. And Katie will talk a bit more about that. And 10:30 is just an estimate for when we'll be getting back into town. It in all likelihood will be a little later than that as well. And of course we have our regularly scheduled Sabino Canyon Star Party on the 7th. I am hoping not to be there, not that I don't love you guys, but that's Easter weekend, and I may have obligations that evening. So if you guys have been interested in doing outreach, but you aren't sure if you want to do it, or you're not sure you want to go to a school, the Sabino Canyon Star Party is a really great place, especially if you're just getting your feet wet, a great way to start. And we have a lot of experience with that, and the public has a lot of experience with us doing that. So I encourage you all to start doing more star parties. It's a really incredible experience. But if you want us like a safe place to start, Sabino Canyon would be a good place to do that. Also, upcoming events. I'll start with the second one first. Hiking, Saturday, April 14th from 10 a.m.-ish to 2 o'clock. The idea was to have a hike more in the morning than in the afternoon, but some of us aren't thrilled at the thought of getting up at 8 in the morning to hike. So, or really 8 in the morning on Saturday ever. So it'll start a little later, but we won't keep you guys any later. We're looking at some hikes in the Catalinas and the Rincons. There's some really great low desert hikes in the Rincons that would be a lot of fun. So I will pass around a sign-up sheet for that as well. And please let me know if you're available and interested for the 14th in the morning at those times. And then Earth Day at Biosphere 2 is, we announced that last week. We need a ton of help with that. We have a lot of really cool activities planned, and it would be a lot of fun. And we would be really excited to have a huge Astro Club presence there, and they're going to put us on their flyers. We've worked out what activities we'll do. So sharing the sky. It's this Saturday, and I know that makes a busy week for us. This is not an Astro Club event. The Tucson Amateur Astronomy Association is doing most of this. It's a star party, solar observing from 3 p.m. to sunset. And then evening observing until 10 o'clock or so. The Sharing the Sky Foundation is the Levy's. David?
Yes, David and Wendy Levy.
David and Wendy Levy. You may have heard of David Levy. He has his name on 21 comets, I think. He does a lot, especially within the solar system. And the Sharing the Sky Foundation has very similar goals to ours. It's education of children and youth, awareness of astronomy, science, awareness in general. It would be great to have a presence at this event, but I know that is making a pretty full week for us. Would anybody be able and interested to have some telescopes in the evening? from like 7 to 10.
I'll be going.
Okay. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead, and I'll send out an email about this later in the week, but we'll go ahead and plan on having a somewhat more official Astro Club presence there than just, oh yes, I brought my own personal telescope and I happen to be part of Astro Club. Although that would be great too. So I will send out an email about this later, but we'll plan to have a presence at this event. And this won't be, we won't be passing out flyers, we won't be taking donations or anything like that, because this is a fundraiser for sharing the sky. But it'll be still very good for us to be there. Next order of business, t-shirts. They've been ordered. The polos will look like the one on the left, except I can't tell if that's black or just really dark blue, but we ordered black polos. And the t-shirts are not going to be quite that blurry, but the general t-shirt design is on the right. We bought all of these from Aladdin Graphics. All deliveries are completed within 10 days of order placement, but they might come sooner. So we will definitely have the shirts by Friday the 6th, and I'll just bring them to the meeting on the 9th. Or you can pick them up if you want. Yeah. You might have to pick them up from someone other than me, because as I said, that's Easter weekend. And yeah, anyone who has a key. On that note, if you pre-ordered a shirt, you probably paid last week. So when you pre-order a shirt, whether it's a t-shirt or a polo, please pay at the time, and then you can just come pick it up, and we don't have to worry about who's paid ahead and who hasn't. As I said, t-shirts are $8 pre-order, $10 at the door, as it were. Polos are $20, and I'm sorry about that. Polos are expensive, and there's no two ways around it.
Polos are 25 or
20.
20.
Polos are 20. The club is not making money on the polos. The polos are for when we want to do star parties and look more professional than a t-shirt, or attend AAS and not get caught wearing a t-shirt at AAS. So, not that happened or anything. So there are a limited number of polos. If a lot more people express interest in polos, we can look at maybe another vendor that might be a little cheaper, but mostly the polos are for people who are going to a lot of star parties and want to look a little more professional, and the t-shirts are, we ordered 60 of them, so sell to anybody you feel like selling a shirt to. Earth Day at Biosphere 2, Saturday, April 21st. This is happening in place of Astronomy Days and Nights, so we want to be a very large event. We're not going to be the only group there, and Biosphere 2 will have a lot of their own stuff. But as I mentioned, we want this to be a huge event. We want a lot of people there. We have a lot of really cool activities. Some of them involve liquid nitrogen or dry ice. That's fun. You get to play with those. It's very satisfying. And we're going to do a few... We're looking at doing, for instance, a habitable zone demo. So talk about exoplanets and life outside the solar system and where that might exist. And we're hoping if we can get a hold of somebody's truck to bring the very large star model, which is standing in the lobby of Steward, which you may or may not notice whenever you come in the building. But people notice that. I've seen people looking at that all the time. So, projects. Exoplanet project just got some more data this weekend. Binocular telescope project is fortunately moving forward. Outreach materials, this is basically going to be Earth Day until Earth Day. So you need to come to the meetings if you plan on participating in this. I'm going to pass out a sign-up sheet for Earth Day today. And among other things, I'll want to know how definite you are about being able to attend, just because we need to know for sure that people will be able to run these stations. And radio project, poor radio project. We lost all of spring break because the ALMA receiver malfunctioned, but we're working on getting some more time at the 12 meter from Dr. Zuri's. So we will be meeting this Thursday. Yancey will be back. And if you're part of the Radio Project, please join us for that. Member pages, there are some. You guys should all have some. That's all I feel like saying about it today. Membership, if you haven't paid your dues, please pay your dues. $10 a semester, CCT. He'll note down that you have paid them. And that's it. There's no research presentation today. Dr. Garmany will be speaking with us. And there is Astronomy Question of the Week just after that. So thanks very much.